in your experience teaching thousands of people about crypto, I guess let's touch like some of the most common misconceptions that they have about scams. Are the scams just for the newbies, or does it happen to us old tried and true people?
It could happen to anybody because these scammers are getting so good at what they do. They're creating AI videos. They're sending out physical letters to individuals saying scan the QR code to make sure your wallet's legit. And what's happening, and I hate it for the past 5 years, I bet the people I've spoken with then lost hundreds of thousands of dollars, which today equivalates to millions upon millions upon millions of dollars. So what's been happening is you get help desk, you get comments on social media, you get, you're thinking someone's trying to help you, but what they're trying to do is help you send your money to them or your crypto. So the biggest one, and the biggest one I have seen are the wallet scams, where people are giving away their recovery phrases to strangers thinking that they're validating their wallet, and 5 minutes later their wallet's drained. And it makes me sick to my stomach. And some of the public says, well, they were stupid for doing that, they shouldn't have. Well, you better be cautious, because you may run into one yourself one day. And it's devastating for some of these families to go through this. There was a guy last week that lost $3 million worth of XRP because of a small mistake he made with a hot wallet. And man, I feel for this guy. He and his wife, their retirement. And but we learn. I've been scammed before. I have years ago, Caitlin Long, Avanti Bank or whatever. I received an instant message, and I thought it was her. So I sent her maybe 20 or 50 XRP. It wasn't too much back then. And right after I did that, the scammer sent me a message. Okay, now can you send me some Bitcoin? And I'm like, crap, I fell for that, but luckily I didn't send a lot. And but these recovery phrases, if you're new to crypto and you've never created your own self-custody wallet, like a hardware wallet or an app wallet, what you have to do when you create these wallets on the blockchain is you're going to write down a series of 12 or 24 words that are called recovery or seed phrases. And the only time that you need to access those is if, one, you break your phone, two, you lose the device, you lose your phone. These recovery phrases get you back to your crypto that has always been on the blockchain since you created it.
Right.
So they're bridges to get you to so never share them. Ledger will never contact you. I've been seeing so many Coinbase text messages. My mom, my brother, hey, is Coinbase needing me to validate something? No, delete, block, delete, block, delete. And what gets me, the question is, how are they getting our phone numbers and email addresses? Who in Coinbase is leaking it? We know there was a leak at Ledger. Go ahead.
Coinbase, they've been copied. Yeah, that was. Yeah. I mean, all of them have.
Yeah, they were compromised.
Yeah, it's horrible.
All they need.
Well, I don't even think it's necessarily that they're phishing at this point. Like, they could be sending just mass text messages to anybody's phone number, anybody's email, and just see who bites. Like, that is just easier. You don't even need to get a hold of a compromised list to just send out a whole bunch of different text messages and, letters to people's addresses saying, whatever, unless it's specifically addressed to you. But people fall for it. You're right, James. They fall for it so easily. And one thing that I found, and Simon and I have talked about on Dipato, you got to slow down and don't let fear rule you. And it's very uncomfortable when you think something has happened, right? Don't panic. Don't panic and start reaching out to people on Facebook or social media and expect that you're not going to get a bunch of scammers chiming in, because they will. And they'll tell you that they're from, the exchange and the help desk and all these things. And there are just none of them have those on the X or these other platforms. They don't operate that way, but the average person doesn't really understand that. And so I feel like these, even Coinbase and those, like, it should be I don't know what they could do to help people, to educate people, unless they made you take a little test, like that. Like I remember when I first opened up a Coinbase, they had all these exercises that you could do to earn free crypto, right? Chainlink was one of the ones I got some free Chainlink for watching videos and educating myself on what Chainlink was doing or whatever. And maybe they do this. I haven't used Coinbase quite some time, but if they had like an educational video before they allowed you to open an account where it clearly says, we're not going to text message you, we're not going to call you, we're not going to do this, and make them take a test and understand like, yep, this is it, before you can open an account. I don't know, maybe that would help. Probably not.
Yeah. I mean, these major players will never contact you. They'll never text you. They'll never email you out of the blue. They'll never send you a letter to your house saying scan this QR code. And yeah, like you're saying, help desk, these scammers on X and Facebook are horrible. I have probably 24 imposters at all times that try to be me, that try to send someone a message, hey, I'm going to help you make more XRP, dial my WhatsApp or whatever, and they don't have the blue check mark. I'm at Rule XRP with a blue check. If it's somebody else, it's not me. Having 200,000 followers, I don't have time to just contact you out of the blue. But look, 2 months ago, my account got compromised. I clicked on a fake StreamYard link. Thank God yours was real.
I know.
But I clicked on because I knew the person, or thought I knew the person that was sending me the message, and his account was compromised. So it was kind of like the bad apple in the bushel kept generating. Yeah. And then most of my followers were sent instant messages from my account saying, look, join my stream, StreamYard, blah, blah, blah. And thank God I knew somebody that knows somebody at X that immediately knocked it out and got my account back to me. And it was horrible. I had to wipe my MacBook dry. I had to wipe all of my apps. I had to change every password. I had to, provide a new email address for X and 2FA. So yeah, everything I had was wiped out because I thought that the scammer already had access to my computer, and what were the chances of him draining my accounts, So it's scary. And, even as picky as I am about do this, don't do this, don't do that, I was gullible. I fell for
hard. It. Well, I mean, it makes it difficult for this show because, I reach out to folks on X, right? I don't have everybody's personal phone numbers to be chatting them up. And that's why these networks are so important, to where, if you know somebody who knows somebody, right? And what I'm like with your stuff, everybody right away was like, Rule is compromised, don't interact with, and so the more that we can create that kind of environment between us all, we can have each other's backs, right? To do the very best that we can do. I mean, there was a little back conversation where I'm talking with Crypto Erie, and I'm like, we just had a show on crypto security, and she had reached out to me, and I was like, I don't think this is really her. I think that, because she had never reached out to me before, and so it's one of those things. You're right. Yeah, you have to be careful. Now Lady K had given a this link checker thing that you can put, you can like paste into it and have it kind of check the security of the link, before. And so there are tools like that out there, but most of us are just kind of working on the fly, right? Yeah. So it is difficult, and I mean, that's why it's cool that we have X and we have these spaces so that you're popping in, I'm real, we're on this show and whatnot, and so at some point somebody knows somebody that can say, yeah, this is valid, Melissa's really reaching out to you, but I feel for you. And every time it happens, I'm like, oh man, this makes it more difficult to get guests on the show,
Yeah, I mean, you have to train yourself to delete text messages, to delete emails, to not click on links within emails. You're going to get a DocuSign email from a scammer thinking that, hey, maybe my insurance or my, whoever, my doctor sending me a DocuSign. Oh, I need to click on it. No, as soon as you click on that executable or as soon as you click on that PDF, I've been seeing a lot of social security scam emails saying, look, here's your updated report. Click on this PDF. As soon as you do it, you're going to be infected. You are infected. Yep. So trust no one. I hate to say it, it's harsh, but trust no one, people. You'll get a text message that says, hey, I lost my phone. Hey, can you give me your number again? This is a scammer. If you get somebody calling you and you don't recognize the number, don't answer it. If it goes to voicemail, hey, maybe you know who it is. But 99% of the time, it's not going to go to voicemail because they're trying to get your information. So believe me, every day they're getting better at what they do. It's